Hello, geometry students. You get to learn your first lesson in geometry via video. I'm really sorry to not be there. Hopefully you watched the other video already. So first thing I want you to do is pause this video right now after you hear what you need to do. You're gonna go into Canvas under lesson 11A. You're gonna click on that lesson, and in that lesson is a thing of geometry notes. And if you would like to, I don't know how that's gonna work because you have to watch this video now. Shucks. I will maybe try and get some hard copies to you from Mrs. Reedveld. But otherwise, yeah, you can just watch what I'm doing here and take notes on your own. That's probably what you should just do. So never mind the pausing. Well, you can pause to get out just lined paper to take some notes. But if you would like to look in Canvas later, you're welcome to see this exact document in there. Sorry, I know it's not ideal, but it's what you do when you have a puking kid. So, all right, here we go. We are going to start with talking about nets, and today's a really short lesson since we have just a busy day anyway. So we're going to start with 11A. So this PDF has 11A and 11B to it. We're going to stop here. We're only going to go up to isometric drawing, so very short lesson. But starting with a net. A net is a two-dimensional diagram that you can fold to make a three-dimensional figure. So if you look on my counter behind my desk, there's a box of what used to be a box of diapers. I don't know if it's actually folded up into a box right now. It probably looks kind of like a box right now. But I cut along all the edges so that if we opened it up, it would look more like something like this. So this is a net. In this case, this is a net for a cube, but if you look at the one on my counter, and you're welcome to go over and play around with that if that's helpful to you, that would be the net for a rectangular prism, we would say. So my first question, I already answered for you. When folded, what shape would the net at the right make? That's a cube. If you were to fold that all up, you would see something like this. And you don't need to be able to draw this yet, but I will teach you how to draw a cube eventually. So that is a cube. So then the question is, what letters will be on the top and the bottom if D is the front? So if this is the front of our figure, what two letters would be the top and bottom when it got folded up? And that would be, if you see it, great. If D is here, then on top would be B, and the bottom would be A. So top and bottom would be B and A. And then what letters would be on the left and the right side? That would be E and C. Okay, hopefully you can see that. If you don't, I will go over it more with you once I'm back in class. Example 2, last example, and then you guys are done and you can mingle a little with your neighbors, get to know someone around you, is to draw a net for this solid figure. So you have, this is called a triangular prism right here. A net would be laying it out and drawing it flat. So the first thing you want to think about is how many faces does it have? It has a triangle on front and a triangle on back. And then it has rectangles that wrap around that, and there are 3 of those. So you should have 5 different shapes represented here when you're done with this figure. What I typically do is I take what would be like the bottom of the figure. So that would be a rectangle. That's this guy. That is 7 by 4. So if I go 7 this way, 4 this way, and you don't need to measure, you're just going to label. Sorry, it's going to be a little messy on the iPad. So this would be 7 centimeters. This would be 4 centimeters. Okay, Then if you think, okay, we're going to go next to my 7 by 4, I would have this rectangle to the left of it. So I'm going to go 10 by 4 this way. Okay, but I would also have this rectangle to the right of the 7 by 4, and that one also has a length of 10. So if I go to the right and make it 10 units long. So here's 3 of our faces so far. And then the only other thing we need, let me get rid of all these scribbles here, is we need the front and the back, which are both triangles. So now we need this triangle and we need this back triangle. Well, if you notice, this comes off of the 7 here, this comes off of a 7 there. So I'm going to do a 7 by 10, oops, this way. So these would both be 10. And then same thing over here. These would both be 10. And everything's in centimeters. So this would be the net for that figure. Like we said before, this figure up here, that would be the net for a cube. So it's basically just drawing it out flat and then labeling some dimensions. Okay, and that is your whole first lesson. Short and sweet and to the point. We will do more with it tomorrow, doing this stuff that you see down below, but don't worry about that for tonight. What you're going to do is you're going to go into Canvas. You should see your book in your iBooks if you went to the bookstore and did that whole book sale thing. But if you don't have your book, like I said in the last video, you can just click on the PDF that is in Canvas under Lesson 11A. So you're going to go to Lesson 11A. If you need the PDF of the book, you can get it out of there. And then all the problems, the numbers that you're going to do are listed right there in the assignment. And you just need to do those problems for tomorrow and bring that with you to class tomorrow. Have a lovely day, and I'm sorry this is how we had to meet. I'll talk to you later.